And hello Yu-Gi-Oh fans, this is Blade of Chaos here again, back at it with another video. Today we're going to be looking at a late night replay from a duel that I just had, like literally a minute ago. We were done with the match, where I was playing Diva Hero B versus this person called Fede, and they were rocking some kind of Machina, yeah, but basically like a Machina bill, right? So yeah, I thought it was just like a fun duel to show you guys, and round one especially was like really fucking. It was clutch. I made it out with 100 points, 100 points remaining. So yeah, it was not to spoil too much, but it was a really cool back and forth. So let's just see what happens. Okay, so we begin the duel, and I open with Mirror Force, Compulse, Hero Blast, a Heavy Storm, and I draw into a Rhoda. So I'm gonna go Rhoda for a Stratos, I believe. Yeah, and I add Alias to hand. After that, I said compulse, and I just pass turn. There you go. Main's okay. They set one, and they pass. I, on end phase, use compulse to pitch back the Stratos. So I can basically just recycle summon Stratos, I get its effect a second time, and I go for, I believe, another alias if I remember this correctly. Yeah. So I got a second alias to hand, and I go combat. I attack for 18 with Stratos. They on damage summon Trag. I set a Mirror Force and pass. They go standby main. Summon Lila. Oh yeah, they also had Lila and Raikou in the deck, so it wasn't just Machina. They use Lila's effect to rip the Mirror Force, and they attack into Stratos. I'm gonna take 6 here. And Stratos goes to grave. On end phase, they're gonna mill D-Prison, Machina, and Raikou. Yeah, Machina Fortress and a Raikou. I summon Alias. I attack into the Lila. It's gonna go through. I set a Torrential and pass. They're gonna summon Gear Frame. I'm gonna go Torrential on summon to clear the board. With Gear Frame's effect, they're gonna get. I don't remember what they got. Machina Force. Yeah. They're gonna re-summon Fortress by pitching Force. And they're gonna attack for 25. I'm gonna take the 25. And they're gonna pass turn. Gonna draw. I believe this is where I go. I summon Alias. I use Gemini Spark, yeah. Get rid of Alias to pop Fortress. And I'm gonna draw into a Warrior Lady. Set Hero Blast, pass turn. They're gonna go standby main. Set one, pass. Gonna draw into yet another alias. I'm gonna summon Ocean, and I'm gonna go for 15 here. I believe this goes through. Yes. And I'm gonna pass turn. They're gonna go standby main. They're gonna summon Gear Frame. The effect's fine. They're gonna search for, I presume, Fortress? No, Machina Force. Right, because they got one engrave already. So they're gonna pitch the Force to get back Fortress. They're gonna bring control my Ocean. I'm gonna give them the Ocean, and now they're gonna attempt to go combat. I'm gonna go Hero Blast to get back Alias and pop Gear Frame. Gear Frame goes to Crave. The rest of the damage goes through. So I'm gonna take the 4K. It looks very, very dire from this position, but since I I come from the future, I know we got this. Okay, so standby. I'm gonna use Ocean's effect to get back a Stratos. I'm gonna Heavy Storm. I don't remember what they. They had a Deep Prison and a Compulse. I'm gonna switch Ocean to defense, and I'm gonna set a Warrior Lady, hoping they attack with the Fortress, which I think they're not gonna do. But still, that was my thinking at the time. They're gonna go Machina into Ocean. I'm gonna draw into a Fatal Honest for them, kind of. I summon Alias and I pass. They're gonna go standby main. They're gonna think a little as to what to do. They're gonna summon Plague. And they're gonna go into an Gothams. Gothams is gonna go into Alias. I'm gonna pitch Honest for effect. They're gonna take the 19. They're gonna go main 2 Fortress. Gonna draw for turn. Use brain control. Have 100 points left. And this is where I misplayed, right? Because I was supposed to flip the Warrior Lady and then I would have game here. I just didn't do it for some reason, so the stat line during that last turn looked hella funny because of this. But anyway, I attempt to go for a game with their Fortress. They deep prison that, so Alias attacks them, and they're at 100 now. So they draw for turn. They attempt to stall with Plague, and they set one. I draw into a Diva. Summon Diva. Use Diva's effect to go for a Gilman. I'm gonna use Alias and Diva for a Sync 6. Summon Brio. Effect Brio. I'm gonna pitch Stratos and an Alias to target both of their cards. And yeah, I got game one. Um, okay, so we were siding here. They're gonna go first. Game two. So I draw into a Gemini Spark, Honest, Bottomless, Alias, and MST. They're gonna go Gear Frame effect to get a Fortress to hand. They're gonna summon Fortress by pitching a Fortress. I believe they also said something here, if I'm not mistaken. Or are they just gonna pass? Oh no, they equipped the gear frame onto a Fortress and they set one. I use MST to go after the face down. That was TT, if I'm not. Yeah, that was TT. I go standby main. Not much else to do, but summon Alias. Yeah, summon Alias, set bottomless. Pass. I could have set Spark, but as we would see later, it was better to keep it in hand. They go main one. They're gonna think a little here about their next move. They're gonna summon a card trooper. Use its effect to mill free. They mill a brigade, prison, and a trag. So it's at 19 now. The attempt to go into this, I believe I go honest. Pitch honest. Gear frame goes to grave, but they still take the 19 from honest. And now they're gonna go into uh alias with trooper. So I change Gemini Spark to go after the gear frame. The fortress, sorry. I draw into a Diva and I take the 19 from Trooper. Trooper's now back at 4 and they pass turn. I draw. They have two fucking fortresses engraved, so I got a little scared, so I summon Kyoko. Go Kyoko into a Trooper. They're gonna take the 14 and I'm gonna banish I believe the two fortresses or something. Yeah. And I pass. We still have that bottomless face down, so it's fine. Is what I'm thinking. They're gonna go main one, summon the third fortress by pitching force. I go bottomless on summon, so the third one gets banished. They pass turn, I draw into an e-call. Summon Diva. Use Diva's effect. Summon Gilman. Sync 5 with Diva and Gilman for an android. And now I attack. I attack for 42. Holy shit. And with Kyoko, I banish Gear Frame and a Force. Yeah, and a Force. They're gonna draw for turn. Oh, and I gained 6 of Android. Draw for turn, summon Lila. Lila's effect pops the D prison, and they're gonna sell one. I'm gonna draw for turn. I got a Rhoda in hand. I'm gonna go E-Call, I believe for Stratos. Yes, summon Stratos. Yeah, normal Stratos. Use its effect to add alias to hand. Stratos and Delilah. They're gonna take a while here for whatever reason. So, yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, this is pretty much game here uh, because it's more than lethal at this point. I'm gonna attempt to go Stratos and Delilah again, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Uh, GG's. It's been a cool. It's a yeah. It's a cool duel. Uh, and I just decided that for the first installment of this late night Edison format series, that I that it would be cool to share it with you guys. Um. Anyways, thank you all for watching. This has been Blade of Chaos signing out. Peace out, people.